philanthropic contributions to back women's cooperatives, safe school upgrades, and youth employment. This is not charity, it is stability finance. Every enterprise a woman starts diversifies household income against shocks. And every safe, well-resourced school reduces the long-run likelihood of violence and the near-term risks of exploitation. In macroeconomic terms, empowerment broadens the base of demand, expands the tax net without raising rates, and reduces the volatility that scares away long-term investors. In social terms, it signals fairness because people see that effort is rewarded, which is the essence of legitimacy. Third, include. Make women full architects of the peace we seek. Commit to parity in local peace committees, school boards, and budget councils. Establish gender and equality for peace systems, action labs, inside First Ladies' offices. Small cross-sector teams that convert national pledges into measurable community projects. Publish simple dashboards that track three things families actually feel: safer communities, faster access to justice, and fairer public services. Inclusion, therefore, is efficient economics. Diverse decision-making improves problems diagnosis and reduces costly policy mistakes. It also strengthens social cohesion by ensuring that communities recognize themselves in their institutions. These national steps align with global levers we can seize now. Peace building only works when it targets the upstream drivers of violence: poverty, inequality, discrimination, and injustice. And when outcomes are measured beyond GDP alone, if we value only what is priced, we will underinvest in what keeps societies whole, namely care, education, social trust, and healthy ecosystems. Let us therefore adopt beyond GDP scorecards, tracking female schooling, safety, access to justice, and the health of nature, because what we measure, we can manage, and what we finance, we can scale. To keep us honest and moving, I propose a simple 3x12 First Ladies commitment we can announce today. By month 12, meaning 1 year from now, let every country represented here establish, launch a peace and protection compact with a single national access point for survivors on a school-based media literacy drive. 2, equally by month 12, each office has a gender and equality for peace systems action lab and a public dashboard showing progress in 3 communities on safety, justice access, and service fairness. And 3, equally by month 12, each country has capitalized a local peace dividend fund, which is transparent, ring-fenced for women-led initiatives that reduce violence, risks, and expand opportunity. These are measurable, fundable, and doable. They do not require perfect conditions, only disciplined leadership and the resolve to count what truly counts. Peace is not a soft add-on to development. It is the operating system. We disable it and nothing runs. We enable it and everything improves. Classrooms, clinics, credit markets, and climate resilience. Finally, a word on partnership. Peace is a network good. It grows when governments, markets, communities, and multilateral institutions act in concert. First Ladies are uniquely placed to convene these coalitions, above partisanship, trusted by citizens, and able to connect the dots between national ambition and neighborhood reality. Let us use this platform codified alliances that outlast our terms, outlive our time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to us now is Her Royal Highness Senator Princess. Princess, please pardon me, I will not attempt, but I can try the other one. Eswatini Royal Family, member of the Eswatini Royal Family, Swaziland.
Very much. All my sisters. Let me first apologize for coming in late. I was not aware I'll be here today. I only arrived this morning from the Kingdom of Eswatini. So please pardon me if I sound like I'm all over the place. I'll do the best I can under the circumstances. Thank you. I do bring greetings from the Kingdom of Eswatini, and I'm highly honored to be invited here. And I'm here to join you as women of Africa and the world. And I bring greetings from the Kingdom. This is a country that Eswatini is recognized for its peace and stability that is rooted in both culture and governance. We are a very tiny kingdom. Very few of us probably know or heard of us. A very, very small kingdom the size of the state of Connecticut here in America. We're a little over 1 million people. We are situated between South Africa and Mozambique, a landlocked country, but a very sovereign state. The King and Her Majesty, the Queen Mother, who is addressed as the great she-elephant. She leads the country along with the King. They are both equally in charge of the nation, leading and its building. And as I stand here with you, His Majesty the King of Eswatini has just arrived here at the United Nations. And now that he's here, Her Majesty the Queen is completely and entirely in charge of everything in the country. We share power in my kingdom. The women and men equally share power. She takes all the executive decisions in the absence of the king right now. So she's very much a leader and a woman of power and authority. Her Majesty Lokazi, as she's known, which directly translates as the great she-elephant, she advises, she leads, and she guides the kingdom as much as the king does. She's a living example of authority in the land. And a lot of women in the country, we all look up to her. She has created so much for women in the kingdom to thrive and take care of the nation and their families. She has, in fact, His Majesty the King has just designated a special holiday strictly for women in the country, this 22nd of July, to honor women and show appreciation and respect for the work that we do as a people, as a gender. As a member of Parliament now, the Senator, I believe that peace, like independence, it is not static. I believe it must be nurtured every day through action, through inclusion, and through responsibility. The Gender Equality, Peace and Security Action Model, therefore, is powerful because it asks us to make gender equality a daily practice, not just a statement. I don't think It is something that we do here and now, just because we are here. It is something that we do every day in our very difficult situations in Africa. We all know what we are facing, different countries. We all a lot in common as Africans. Our challenges are basically the same. So by women's leadership, on women's leadership matters, I believe peace cannot exist, but it must draw strength from all women, from young women in particular, the disabled, the marginalized. These are the marginalized communities, obviously, in our countries. Young people, especially young women, must not see only as future leaders, I believe, but as present contributors to peace and nation building here and now. Eswatini, we urgently call for accountability. His Majesty has called the government of Eswatini to make a very serious commitment to women's improvement, lives, and their families. He has given them the government a mandate that is called the WEG mandate, which I directly translate as a rallying call for agencies in solving challenges, improving particularly the lives of women and children in the country. He has called, in fact, in the 2023 elections that we just came out of, the King strictly called the nation to elect women into parliament, because he strongly believes in, and he has elected so many women into high positions in the country that I don't have time to go into because I have just given 3 minutes to do this. So I don't want to take too much of the time. I just want to say Africa has its own heritage in leadership, from queen mothers to warrior queens. And so we must anchor peace strategies in our own history and in our own culture as Africans, not in borrowed models that do not fit our realities as Africans. The Gender Equality and Security Action Model will succeed when it builds on its African wisdom, on our traditions of shared leadership and reliance. Let us recognize then women not as supporters, but as advocates for peace, as advisors, as decision makers, and as leaders in our own right. Our shared future must be one of inclusivity, sovereignty, and progress, where peace is nurtured by empowering every citizen, particularly women. Let me not take too much of your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Her Royal Highness. So ladies and gentlemen, just for a brief moment, we're going to have a panelist discussion focusing on women leaders as key players in promoting peace and sustainability. And this will be moderated by Dr. Prince Iro, founder and president of Waterlight Save Initiative. Can the following panelist members please make their way to the stage? Alyssa Rivers, founder and director of BizFed Advocacy Academy. Blessing Douglas, founder of Goma Group of Companies, Goma Prize for Africa. Amina Suzuki, Pan-Africa Investment Consultant, France. Sonia Tucker, celebrated model and influencer. Please forgive me, models. And Dr. Fatima Chihu, Liberty Faculty of Social Science, Department of Political Science, University. Ambassador Pastor Princess Juliet, President Global Women Mentorship Ambassador. And lastly, Her Excellency Dr. Anne-Marie.
say good afternoon, everyone, and happy Peace Day. My name is Dr. Prince Ero Ibafidon. I'm the founder of Waterlight Save Initiative. I'll say it's a privilege to be moderating this panel. And on behalf of all the men in the house, I'm representing all of you. As you can see, a lot of women here. So, first of all, I will ask the question. I think we'll need another mic or two. Okay, thank you. I will ask the question, and if we could answer accordingly, because they didn't know you came as well. Yeah, and but yes, I have all your questions here, and I'll start with Alice. Alicia. Sorry. Okay, Dr. Onika. Okay. So, Alicia, the first question is, what do you think is the single big barriers preventing women from being fully recognized as leaders in peace building, sustainability, and innovations?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
What do you think is the single biggest barriers preventing women from being fully recognized as leaders in promoting peace, sustainability on the global space?
Thank you. That's actually a really good question. I actually believe, as the founder and director of the BizFed Advocacy Academy, we educate small business owners, entrepreneurs, et cetera, on how to advocate for themselves, for their businesses, and their communities. And what I have found is that as women, we struggle with visibility. We kind of, our nature tends to be to fall to the wayside and to wait to be invited to the table, which is absolutely insane, because when have we ever been invited to the table? We had to lead suffrage movements, we've done all of that so that we can have the right to vote, and we've been fighting nonstop. I'm not sure when we've ever had that invitation to stand up and speak or have a voice. So I believe if women start taking that stand, taking the effort to be okay with not just being the ones that are implementing the programs, but actually being the architects, the designers, the ones that are saying, hey, this is what needs to be done, not just the ones that are being handed the talking points and then delivering. We need to have the confidence to stand up and claim our space. And if we're not doing that, we're actually doing ourselves a disservice.
Thank you very much. Dr. Fatima, can you kindly just correct me there, please?
She's not here.
Okay, you're representing her.
No, I'm right.
Yes. So can you please also give us clarity on that question as well?
Yes, I just add to what she said. With all that, also women lack the capacity, the financial support, because if you can have the financial support, we can be heard. We can use that to make our voices heard, just like the men. Our limitation to finance, to kind of respond.
Thank you very much.
Be invisible.
Thank you. Sonia Toka, this is a question for you. Why do you believe it's important for women to play a crucial role in peace and sustainability?
I feel like it's so important because women are like almost 60% of the population, and when you remove that 60% or almost that 60%, you can't make decisions off of all the populations, because now we're just saying men are making decisions for us, where there's a lot of things that women need to talk about. We can talk about it, but as men, in as much as we love what you guys do, but we also need to like be out there and advocating for ourselves. There's a lot of times where women we go through a lot of things that we can't even speak about because we're not in those rooms. I feel like we need to be able to be in those rooms, making those decisions, and helping not only us right now, but the next generations to come.
Thank you very much. Madam, the questions also go to you, ma'am. She has a mind. Why do you believe it's important for women to play a crucial role in peace and sustainability?
Oh, well, that's a very important question. As a woman, as a mom, as once a girl child, talking about peace and sustainability in the home, in the neighborhood, in the nation is so important because actually talking about growing up, where in our environment, women are very, very invisible. I'm talking about any decision in the family, like in our African setting, one is nowhere closer to decision making in the home. I am grateful to you, our princess from Swazi Kingdom, that your kingdom promotes the issues of women and peace. Please a round of applause for her. And I keep paying attention to that. And all I hear in my heart is enlightenment. Enlightenment. Women need more enlightenment. Women need to be more educated, that they have a powerful voice. They are stronger than they think they are, so they can actually be part of global peace and sustainability. Until we know who we are and what we carry, we won't be able to break out of ourselves. So until we come out of that thing, that shadow that keeps us down, that wall of invisibility, that wall that makes us feel as if we cannot be heard. Yes, we can be heard, not in battle. I hear about warring princesses. Yes, we don't go to war until there is a reason for us to fight. You understand? If you can think about that, you think about different women. Deborah in the scripture was a prophetess, she was a lawyer, and at the same time she was she fought and represented the men. And the guy said, you know what, if you don't go with us, we're not going into this battle. Until she stepped in. And they said, promise me that when this battle is won, the glory goes to the woman. So I want to say, women, we have the rights. We are nation builders. We are peacemakers. And we can do this. So sustainability is what? Possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's powerful. We almost took it back to church. That's good. This is a blessing.
There's a saying in Nigeria, no woman, no nation.
Thank you. Blessing, this is for you. Your work celebrates Africans innovators. How do you see women-led enterprise shaping peace through inclusive economic growth?
So, women-led enterprises are basically engines for sustainability and engines for peace building, because when a woman is empowered and she's given the opportunity for and to do something for economic growth and development, it doesn't just empower her. Statistics has shown that 90% of what women make, they reinvest into their communities, they reinvest into their children, and they reinvest into education. And by default, there's a ripple down effect, because when you're investing into education, when you're investing into empowering the people around in your communities, they're empowered, there's food at home, conflict is reduced, and all of those things that make the youths anxious or agitated, all of those vulnerabilities are taken care of, and so stability is ensured. And so when women are empowered, that stability is also ensured. And the Boma Prize for Africa is basically spotlighting women who do these things, because recognition matters, but not just because it validates, it also amplifies. And when it amplifies, role models that lead people who want to walk in that path. And so the Boma Prize recognizes women that do these things and encourage the younger generation to model after them.
Thank you. That's a beautiful one. Then, Your Excellency now, Dr. Ann, this is a very short question. He said, what lesson from the Caribbean context could you share globally about women-led historic approach for social and environmental well-being?
Well, firstly, I would like to say our country's Prime Minister is female, Trinidad and Tobago, and also our President is female. I would say any woman, whatever platform you are in, you can use whatever platform you are in to raise awareness, to help empower women. I came from a family, and I'll give up just a little brief history. I believe sometimes in society we were deemed, women who stood up were deemed as rebels. And we at times need to stand up and make a difference. I came from a family of women who, my grandmother, if she was still alive, probably would have been about 90 to 100 years old. But she got divorced when something like that was not supposed to happen because her husband abused her. And she walked away from that. And I came from a generation of women who did not take abuse. So naturally, that's all I know. I know to stand up and make a difference. I also know I was able to have an entrepreneurship from a business. When I started my business 19 years ago, I took over from a woman I did not realize only at her funeral that she had left Austria during the war and came to England and escaped and came to Trinidad and got married there. And she formed a business in 1980, the year I was born, and I was able to train with her, work with her, and buy that business from her 19 years ago. So whatever platform, and that is a business in beauty and mental, and I went into beauty but went into mentorship, helping younger women just like the older ladies would have come to me.
Thank you so much. That's so beautiful. I'll be coming back to you. This is for Sonia Talker, please. We all understand what the digital space is playing right now. As an influencer, how do you think the use of how can influencers use their platforms to drive conversation about peace building and sustainable lifestyles?
For me, I took it personally because I was born during the Civil War in Sierra Leone, and I was homeless, and like I've been moving from one country to another. There's a lot of things that happened to me personally. So moving to the US 10 years ago, I struggled as well to find my place in the modeling and influencing area. So it's like there was a lot, and then I sat down within myself and I'm like, I love what I do, I enjoy modeling, but how can I give back? How can I be impactful in the society? How can I use my voice? God has blessed me with a bigger platform, over like almost 4 million followers. How can I use that for good? I feel like the influencers or models can actually sit down and ask themselves, how can I just be, not just be an influencer on social media, but also out of social media and use your voice to tell a story, to make a big difference and make a change. I feel like that's one thing we need to do, to sit down and because there's a lot of things going on in the world today that we can actually talk about and make a huge difference. So just think about using yourself, how can you make a change? What can you do? And start from there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Dr. Williams, Ms. Williams, this is for you. You are trained business leaders to engage effectively with policies. How can women in advocacy building influence sustainable peace and development?
I would definitely say that's a really good question. Coalition building is key, and it is imperative. There is no voice, no single voice, no matter how big and powerful, that can move policy alone. So the best thing that we can do is build coalitions that actually reflect the entire ecosystem. So you want to bring together every unlikely partner from government, nonprofits, for-profits, community leaders, influencers, activists. Bring them all together and get everyone rowing in one direction. I work for the LA County Business Federation. We are a coalition of every business in Southern California. And what makes us so effective is that we bring together unlikely partners. In fact, when we teach in our advocacy course, when we teach about mobilization, it's all about unlikely partnerships. Who are the people that you would not think that would be standing up advocating for this? And looking at it from those different levels, that is really the best way and the only way to drive policy and drive change.
Thank you so much. No, don't leave the mic yet. The last question for you. What practical step can help women entrepreneurs align profit goals with community resilience and sustainability?
Another great question. I would say that one, recognizing that profit and sustainability goals are not conflicting, that if a community is doing well, a business is going to be doing well. If your community is not doing well, businesses are not doing well. So you can actually, as business owners, I would say that you want to, understand your role in advocacy, that you are an advocate, that whether you're going over procurement opportunities or fighting regulations, taxes, fees, whatever that is, you are an advocate. And your advocacy is economic, and it has an economic impact. You are not just a business owner, you're a job creator. You are actually putting in a business, ever since the Industrial Revolution, has been the lifeblood of a community for decades now. So I would think that, one, educate yourself in how your business can be stronger in policy and where you can be lending your voice and just seeing yourself as really an economic engine.
Thank you so much. Do we have entrepreneurs in the house? Do anybody have a question for her? Yes. Okay, no question. That was very short.
Oh, we have one.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I admire you so much, first of all. Actually, everybody here has been so empowering and incredible. And I love the feel of just, we're women and we have to be together on this, right? Like we have to support each other and we have to be for each other and on each other's side. And so this has been so incredible. My question for you is this. Like when you mentor somebody, what do you look for in somebody?
When I mentor someone?
Yeah, like when you help somebody in business, what do you look for in them?
Willingness. That's it. And I believe, I actually was having this conversation with Nancy's twin. Anybody can succeed as long as they have the willingness and the drive. That's it. So if you want to learn, you're willing to learn, we're here to help you.
Thank you. Okay. Go ahead, ma'am. Do you need the mic?
I think so.
Okay.
I just want to ask, why is it that, thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Great, wonderful speeches. My question is, why is it that it's very difficult for women to get finance when it comes to being private business owners, entrepreneurs? Is there any way that you can help us or help some of the women that are entrepreneurs, that have business? They can't get loans, they can't get certain things that the men get. How do we advocate for such things so that we can get help?
So I think I heard your question was, why are we underfunded as women, and
Yes.
why are men being more funded? Because they ask, because they advocate for themselves, because they join together. There's really, as long as we are coming together, we're building our own coalitions, we're identifying banking partners, we're identifying people in all of those industries, those allies, that's how you succeed. I was able to get a grant for $1.1 million to fund this advocacy academy because I had the audacity to ask.
One question. Can't you set up like a panel where you can, educate some of the women that don't have the access to get where you are today to be able to get 1.5 million? Because that would really help most of us that are striving to make it in this global world of men.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So I challenge you to set up a panel where we can invite all of us. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. That was a beautiful suggestion. Another question.
congratulations to all you ladies up there. I cannot say how proud I am to see you guys there. I have an organization called Global Initiative for the Education and Literacy of African Girls. And I'm the founder and CEO since 2014, when Boko Haram kidnapped girls in northern Nigeria. So that was when we started the organization. My question to you guys is, first of all, how do you advocate for, like in schools, primary schools, secondary schools, all across the African continent and Asia and the Caribbean, where you guys come from? How do you make sure that girls are not left behind when it comes to education? Because a lot of countries, a lot of communities just push their men and say, hey, women belong in the kitchen, you know, they marry them off and all that. How have you used your position to advocate that girls are not left back from going to school?
Thank you very much for that question. I was actually in school. I went to school in the Northeast in Nigeria, and I actually was very aware of the entire Boko Haram insurgency. As a matter of fact, I did work with some of the girls that escaped abduction at the time. And one of the things that we realized is that there are a lot of cultural misconceptions that are obstructing people from having an open mind towards Western education. And so we have to first of all deal with that misconception, deal with all of those reforms mentally and, you know, from the family level at home before you even come to the society, and then you can begin to work your way out of that situation. But personally, I would say one of the things we did, because at the time you're dealing with multiple factors, right? You're dealing with trying to educate the girl child, at the same time you're dealing with conflict, you're dealing with trying to reintegrate them into society because of all of the displacement. And so we're working on all of these different sectors all at the same time. And so having people who are on the policy table, negotiation table, private sector and public sector coming together, especially women that work in the First Lady's office and the commissioners, all collectively working together was one of the things that we did to continue to pursue female education being at the forefront of things. And I think that has actually improved significantly if you look at the data.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think the question is for everybody. If you have just one minute each, if you have something to say. Otherwise, we have a question here.
Yeah, to actually help the girl child. I want to remember one time I was in Nigeria, right? And we went to Plateau State. Why I talk about Plateau State? Because those are the areas I've visited. Plateau, Niger, Minna, and Abuja. And we are able to figure out some of these kids that their parents died as a result of ethnic war. And some of them sleep under the rock. Actually traveled from here, and we were able to, it was difficult to get them out to come. And all we could do is that when we get them out, what next? We got all the ministers in the environment, we got all the youth leaders, and we were able to bring them out and say, okay, fine. Let's figure out what does this one want to do, what is their passion. But before you can actually start with that, there is need for recovery, there's need for healing, there's need to bring them back to them and to really, really take time. They have to trust you. Those of you in the mental health industry, you can agree with me that you don't just change somebody's life like that, right? So you first of all, come to their level. So first of all, make them trust you that you are not going to give them out. So that we have seen grow, and that is what led to our establishing Africa Recovery Team.
Thank you so much. Trinidad, can you give an answer to that, or if you're not, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Sorry, a question from Tona from there. Oh, sorry, ma'am. Sorry. No, it's a lady.
Okay, so I was going to say that.
All right, just to make us laugh a little bit, I just want to comment you guys and just to say that I think a problem remains a problem. There's no intention to solve. And I'm wondering if us women can approach gender disparity from a slightly different. Like you guys,
it costs you a lot to sit on the platform, 2%, right? And we can't solve the world's problem. Like I did a non-profit called the Building Lives Project. And so we're working with the widows in Southeast Nigeria. And, you know, I forgot everything I ever knew in England because being a widow, being an orphan, all of that is non-profit issue. And when I went back to England, I think, widows, you're an orphan, that's not a disadvantage, okay? So these widows can live in prototypes, producing, you know, a model that works or not. So these widows, after 4 years, said to us, right? They said, we no longer want your food and your, you know, all of this. Can you teach us skills and empower us to go into business? So we switched. And I write Melinda Gates. They also had that same strategy where they got the community, the women in the community involved in what they were doing, because otherwise it's a waste of your time. All right? So these women asked us for this, and we started doing skills and knowledge acquisition. Because a lot of these people, you know, also a lot of things, you know, sometimes you think you're in a fight, but there's really no time. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to commend you ladies to see that it took a lot for you to sit here, and perhaps, you know, next time you let people know, if you want to get a loan, go get extra knowledge, get it done well, don't be emotional, all right, just because you're a woman. Whoever has the money for the shop.
Thank you.
Let's get ready, let's keep moving. That's it.
I want to say a big thank you to all the panelists. You guys did amazingly well. We had lots of questions, but time is not our good friend today. So I want to say thank you. I believe a lot of people were waiting to ask you more questions as you walk down the aisle. I want to say thank you once again.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, ladies. Let's give them another round of applause. So for the sake of time, I know everyone have questions, and I would love to take your questions. However, you can catch these wonderful panelists, these wonderful experts. They're all professionals in their own right. So you can always meet with them and ask them follow-up questions and stuff like that. But for the sake of time, I do have to move the program forward because we only have a short number of time left here in the facility. And then at the same time, the food has arrived. I know you can't blame us. Traffic is not too nice right now, so that stuff. Bless God, at least the driver had a warmer in the car, so the food is still hot. Okay? So the food is still hot, good, I got you. All right, moving forward, for the remaining of time that we have, truth be told, I only have 45 minutes remaining. 45 minutes, and there's a lot that I have to do and go through. So, which means I will not come off the stage. I will stand next to you. And when I say 3 minutes, I mean 3 minutes. All right, my friends? Because it's a lot, and I know we're all tired and hungry. Some of you had your coffee, your breakfast this morning. I did not. All I had was coffee, and I need some more right now. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, yes. Thank you. Inside voice. All right, so just to move forward, we're going to have the SDG 16 Nigeria Shadow Report 2025, the progress, challenges, and road ahead, holding power to account, Nigeria's journey on SDG 16 implementation, civil society legislative advocacy center, and the Transparency International Nigerian chapter. Who is the person that will be making that? Please, let's give him a round of applause as he makes his way.
Well, thank you very much. Let me first and foremost express our appreciation and gratitude to the organizers of this very important yearly program. What's really helps to assess the status of women. And you cannot be talking about really peace without looking at how women have been experiencing violent conflicts. Women across Africa, wherever there are conflicts, they are the one at the receiving ends. We have seen a lot of women, girls that have been victims of violence conflicts in our continent. And the Sustainable Development Goal 16 in particular, comes to talk about peace and strong institutions, as well as also anti-corruption. And for us as an organization, every year we try to assess the progress and challenges of Sustainable Development Goal 16, looking at how women in particular suffer as a result of the deficiency of our institutions, as a result of the absence of peace. A lot of women have continued to suffer economically, politically, socially, as a result of lack of peace in our continent, in our country in particular. So in Nigeria, for example, as a result of multiple violence and conflicts that we have, you see young girls being victims of violence conflict, women, aged and disabled women, they are all victims of violence conflict that we have in our country. And our institution is so weak that it could not even protect these women and children. So in our organization, every year we try to assess how much effort has been done by government to ensure that they protect women and they ensure that there is a peaceful coexistence in our country. If there's no peace, there's no development. If there's no development, there's no way we can reach where we want to reach. So therefore for us, peace, justice, strong institutions are key to ensuring that we have a platform for ability to allow women to progress in all aspects. As a result of violence conflict, you will see women are not able to participate in the politics and government generally because women will not pay money to go and kill people. Women do not have stolen money to go and pay millions to buy form to contest election. So as a result of that, they have been ambushed, they have been marginalized, even in terms of business and in terms of access to credit, just like the last panel have tried to talk about. Women are finding it difficult to access credit to afford to get business that will actually help them without being continuously dependent on the men. So I think for us, Sustainable Development Goal is a measurement to measure the progress and also wake up our government to do the needful to ensure peaceful coexistence, to ensure violence conflict that continue to happen and undermine progress and development of women are addressed, to ensure that there's also access to justice because a lot of women don't have access to justice in our continent, in our country. And also importantly, even in terms of ensuring that women themselves, they are able to coordinate, they are able to organize, we need to make sure that we do more. Right now, there are bills in the National Assembly in Nigeria that seek to empower women to participate in governance more, but the men are actually refusing to support such kind of initiative. We are still advocating, we are still pushing to ensure that women are actually giving the legal protection and platform to enable them to participate fully in governance in Nigeria and by extension in Africa. So since there's a waste of time, I want to just say that this is the copy of the report. It's available. We will share it to people. But in this report, you will see that how we assess government progress in terms of achieving Goal 16, which has to do with peace, strong institution, anti-corruption, and what have you. So we will continue to do this through this kind of platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Excellent, excellent. That is what you call a powerhouse on the spot. Keep it moving. Wonderful. So, moving forward, we will have now the poetic anthology of the legacy of Beijing at 30. African Woman's Voice and Tears, 30 years of the Beijing Conference. Please help me welcome women leaders and ODE, to Excellency Professor Yu Joy and Professor Father Vincent Bullis, Gender and Peace Advocate, Professor of Global Health and International Security and Relations. Excellencies, please make your way. Please let's give them a round of applause. So they will be launching the book, then I will come back and we will work with wallets and purses.
I will speak as tall as my height. I promise you. Talking about peace, if you want to have peace, make sure the woman is happy. And always say yes, ma'am. So yes, ma'am. Please will you read this big point.
Eliminating the inner embrace. In the chains of tradition, they strive to rise. That's a woman. Their voices trifle, tears falling like the skies, yet still they dream of freedom and equality. With hands that beat fiercely, embodying resilience and vitality. From bitter pain to brighter days, that's a woman, the persevere. Through talent and strife, their voices grow clear. They speak of motherhood, of conflict, and of strife. Their stories are interwoven, a testament to their lives. That's a woman. With each courageous step, they reclaim their space, their voices rising at a powerful, defiant pace. Their challenges, social norms, sharpening the mold. Their narratives unfold, their experiences told. From Susan's strength of my poetic grace, African women shine, illuminated by inner light's embrace. Their voices resonate, a call to action and pride, celebrating womanhood in all forms. They will abide. Their tears of sorrow transformed in tears of joy as they transcend challenges. Their spirits deploy. A new narrative emerges of strength and of might. African women's voices resound, shining ever bright. Vincent has a place. What I will say about peace, women. Without women, there will be no peace. Women are embodiment of peace. When we strive as women, those little voices will speak to our men. Trust me, they understand, they listen. But we all have to keep on whispering those tiny voices of ours to the men so that we can always lead them in paths that look up to women as people, as human beings that could help. And to tell you the fact, we still have to keep breaking that glass ceiling even when we strive for peace. We have to keep breaking that glass ceiling. Thank you.
Well, we cannot forget those who have made peace what it is over the years. And it is very easy to forget, but we are here to remind ourselves of those women. And among them, one of the greatest women that I want to remind you is Her Excellency Professor Joy Ndugwu, the first woman president at the United Nations on women on arms and everything. So this book, she's one of those dedicated to her, and we have called every one of you here, please, I would like you to launch this book in her honor and in the honor of all the women that are here. And on her behalf, me and Jennifer is her daughter. So I will promote this book on her behalf as a start with $1,000.
Wow.
Also, I'm going to be launching this book with $500.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Professor Vincent Hassan Bulus. I'm from Nigeria, Kaduna State. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For those of you that would like to be a part of that, please see Father Willis, or you can even speak with Dr. Anna, and you can make your pledge, or you can maybe take cash, you take credit card, debit card. We do take checks sometimes. We don't want those ones that play basketball. Ladies, I gotta lighten you up a little bit. I was trying not to, but I think I have to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, also on the same note, Edgar J. Ridley, Chairman for the Edgar J. Ridley and Associates, International Management Consultants advising African government, as he comes to speak to us. Please help me welcome Edgar J. Ridley, Chairman.
Grace, passion, only shines through. When my sister recently passed away, I'll never forget Dr. Ada dedicated life to her, honor her. You are international national consultants who specialize in behavior science. I'm a person that has a deep background. I serve as a spy-force program sponsored by the World Council of Churches. My travels to go into corporate America, evaluating the United States basis in all areas of corporate America. I then became a senior psychotherapist at Temple University's Kennedy Medical Center, where I was a liaison between the university and the school district of Philadelphia. As part of my consulting work, I have traveled all over the world and researched behavior patterns of populations. I must emphasize the success, longevity, and survival of African men depends on their relationship with women, with African women. Dr. Ada dedicates to Africa and African people a prime example. I think of Dr. Ada as an African saint, never made a person more dedicated to humanity than Dr. Ada. She is courageous as she helps African women live a successful, challenging life on this earth. She calls me daddy, and at 86 years of age, I feel like she is my daughter. In closing, I want to wish Dr. Ada the best in this new book, The African Woman's Voice in Tears. Dr. Ada, you are a hero. I will always love and respect you for what you have done for humanity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Ms.
Judy.
Judy, yes. Please.
All right, first we'd like to welcome to the stage our dear friends who will be sharing their music with us. They will be Saskia and Michael Lewis. Welcome. Dear friends from Switzerland, correct? Yes.
Thank you so much for having us. We are Dust of Soul from Switzerland, and I'm a singing psychic medium. Since 13 years we travel the world and do frequency music. So everything is a frequency, even peace, love is a frequency. Michael is a pianist, he plays with frequency music. So for example, the peace energy is 432 hertz. And this frequency brings you into a state in your heart that you feel peace, power, and that also every person on earth can empower himself. So, for example, when I was 29, I had a brain stroke and I healed myself only through frequency music and through my voice with today, like I'm here, I'm still here, right? So frequency can heal, can bring you better and more power in your heart. So I use my voice for frequency healing, and I will give you an example now. We today have not the piano here to sing for you to feel the frequency in your heart, just like 1 minute. Close your eyes and feel the power that comes from the frequency of 432 into your heart. You are the power of your heart. You are the light of your soul. Don't give up, do step by step. You are the power You are the power of your heart. You can make a difference with your smile, with your vibration. Keep sharing this and never, never give up. If I can make it from a paralyzed brain stroke now today on this stage, you can make anything possible that you have in your heart and that you want to achieve in this life. Michael, you want just to share quick what is about the frequency in the piano?
So we have always believed music can bring peace, and I think we all believe that, and if it's in the right frequency, it really brings peace, because the vibration of music in 432 hertz just calms us down and calms down our nervous system, and this is so important to be calm, to be relaxed, so we can feel the peace within and carry the peace out into the world. So it's my mission, it's our mission to bring peace, music into the world with the frequency of 432 hertz, and I encourage you to experience 432 hertz. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for that. For our dear friends, Dr. Hall would like to, thank you for sharing your love and beautiful music with all of us. And in this moment, we are actually preparing for once again to present the ceremony of Ring the Bell of World Peace and Love. And I shared earlier that we have been traveling to 120 countries, and to date, 648 prominent figures from 158 countries have rung the bell. Among them are 82 heads of state and government, 15 Nobel Peace Prize laureates, UN ambassadors, officers, and other visionary leaders. And as we prepare, we also like to once again invite you to find that peace wish within your heart. And we